Hello there, Rob Werner here talking to Ben Greenspan, the assistant coach and recruiting coordinator for Arizona State baseball. Coach, can you talk to us a little bit about the ins and outs of recruiting? How do you analyze a player and then bring it up to Skip?
We start with just some of the connections that we have across the country, and you learn to trust people in various different regions of the country, and it usually starts with a relationship that we have with somebody that they call and say, hey, there's a player here, you need to check them out. From there, we then go and evaluate the player based on a lot of different things, usually tools, body type, varying different things based on position.
And you talked a little bit about the players and how you analyze them a little bit. How do you expect players like that to come to a program like this? Like, does the name recognition, Arizona State University, help attract a lot of these recruits?
Yeah, I think it definitely gets you in the door. The recognition when you call a recruit and say, hey, it's so-and-so from Arizona State, I think you obviously have the initial interest based on the history and tradition of the program. From there, though, you're competing with other great programs because we're trying to recruit the best student athletes across the country. So you're competing with the UCLAs and the Vanderbilts and various other programs with a lot of tradition and history as well.
And how excited are you about this recruiting class? You guys are the #1 recruiting class in the nation. I know Skip told me that doesn't mean anything until you step on the field, but how have you kind of thought about your accomplishment so far?
I second what Tracy said. I mean, I think it's great. I'd hope 3-4 years down the road you're able to look back at the class and say, wow, that was a defining class for the program. But right now they're trying to find their roles, and it's always nice to be recognized publicly like that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't win you any ball games. It doesn't do much for you. It doesn't score any runs or strike anybody out. And what it is it's just it's recognition, which is nice and good for the program. But at the end of the day, you have to get them going in the right direction and help you win games.
And how do you think a recruiting class like this is going to help you guys in the future get more great recruiting classes?
I think it obviously helps. It gets guys' attention that, hey, they're getting the right guys into campus. But it's recruiting is one of those things that's like you can never stop. I mean, you keep recruiting every day. You keep trying to make your team better in any way you can, and hopefully you keep stacking good class on top of good class.
And what are the expectations for this year's class specifically?
I think it's different for each individual guy, but I think each individual player has a chance to help the team in various ways. Some as starters, some maybe as role guys positionally, and then some guys on the pitching staff. I think realistically we could have 1 or 2 freshmen starting pitchers, maybe a closer out of that group, which is exciting.
With Ben Greenspan, I'm Rob Werner for Cronkite Sports.